Today is Mahalakshmi Vrat. Here in India, we do a Mahalakshmi Vrat, and honestly, I am not, and it's a shame that I'm not totally aware about this ritual. I should be aware, as a Hindu, as somebody, but my spiritual awakening is making has actually led me, now I feel curious about knowing Sanatana Dharma. I feel curious about these rituals, and yeah, and I feel that they're very wise and beautiful, you know, as I am awakening more and more, I feel a pull towards Sanatana Dharma. So today is Mahalakshmi Vrat, and what better day to talk about money? As I talked about health and beauty industries, how they're coming to a collapse, and I want to talk about how money is going to change in the new earth. Money is also going to change in the new earth. It's not going to, remain the same. The way we see it right now, the way, money has, oh my god, there is, oh my god, how to explain all of this? I don't know, but let's just start and let's just slow down and, one thing at a time and don't have to, yeah, relax. I mean, I'm talking to myself, but I look at the skies and that's how I relax. So, okay, so first of all, in Mahalakshmi Vrat, we actually and I'm sorry, you cannot really completely see my face. It's a little dark in here, right? Okay, so in Mahalakshmi Vrat, you can, you totally tie a sutra, and that's yellow in color. And I am like, wow, yellow stands for solar plexus chakra. You know, those are very foundational chakras, you know, and like somehow, you know, we associate, abundance or, money with the yellow color. It's a root chakra, sacral chakra, and that's yellow in color, and it just, yeah, these are right now actually the foundations are changing. The foundations are changing, you know as I talked about in my latest video, how health and beauty, we, it comes from inside. As I am awakening more and more, I'm understanding how health and beauty, they are one and the same thing, first of all. Though they are trying to divide it, in all these, rakshas are trying to avoid divide health and beauty. They're one and the same thing, first of all. And second of all, we do not need, you know anything from outside to feel beautiful or to feel healthy. We can generate it from within. Oh my god. With this, I'm having complete epiphanies around, you know um, around health and beauty, totally, as I'm awakening on my journey. So one of the case that you should read about and you should know about is HRM. So this HRM is basically the name of this guy who was Hira Manik Chand. Yeah, Hira Manik Chand. Research about him. So um, this is the guy who survived many years without food, and he relied upon sunlight, he relied upon sun, and of course a few other stuff. And yeah, I am also kind of studying him right now. And you know so in new earth, health and beauty are going to be redefined. It is not going to work, the way it is working right now. Health and beauty, no, they are putting plastic in your faces and your lips, and they're telling you that you look beautiful. No, they are poisoning you. Plastic is something we should not even drink water in. Imagine they're putting it inside you in your face. That's the last thing that they should do with you. Are they really putting plastic in plastic surgery? I don't know. I don't know, honestly. But whatever. I mean, anything artificial should not, it's not beauty. Sorry. And if there are people around you who make you feel like you're not beautiful enough, then you need to change these people and not your, especially, if you see advertisements, they will always, show that, once you use our products, you will get validation from your boyfriend, or you'll get a validation from your husband, and vice versa. You use our products, you'll get validation from your girlfriend or from your wife. So they're trying to show it in advertisements that how you're so dependent upon these products. Your roti kapda makan has basically your food, shelter, these three basic things has expanded to some stupid products. And no, I am learning in my spiritual journey, like I'm complete and whole by myself when it comes to health, when it comes to beauty. And as a woman, I can very effortlessly manifest beauty for myself, though it can look completely different from the beauty standards that are out there, and it could look completely different from the beauty standards that um, a spiritually awakened person has. Like an other spiritually awakened person has a different beauty standards. We are so unique in our own ways. you know so I'm just remembering a very beautiful scene from this, I guess, Avengers, uh, Guardians of Galaxy. So where these, there are these two people, they are from different galaxies. you know and according to Earth, according to Earth, the girl is very pretty. According to Earth, the girl is very pretty, and the girl is in love with this guy who's from another planet. Okay, and he thinks that the girl is so ugly. It's so funny, and he tries to tell her that, in a good way, like you're very ugly according to the standards of our planet. It is a perception, it is your perception. So it was very, it may sound a little cold the way I'm saying it, but that scene wasn't that cold. It was so funny, it was so sweet. Actually, you should watch it. So yeah, yeah, you don't need it from outside. Okay, it's all in there inside of you. And don't invest in these businesses. These are cruel businesses, totally. First they make you feel insecure, and that's when, they yeah, they make you feel insecure, and that's how they sell their products. So please don't invest in them and come out of it. Totally, these industries are going to collapse. Okay, let's just come to money as well. Money is going to change as well in the new earth. And have you seen what is happening globally when it comes to money? Finally, the world is making deals. So dollar was the US currency reserve, and yeah, countries felt that they need to trade in dollars. But finally, the trades, people are awakening, the countries are awakening, the leaders are awakening, and India has finally taken a step, where they are trading with other countries without the dollar. So dollar is a race. So that is the concept of money, and it is going to change in your real interpersonal life as well. We basically gone so close minded when it comes to money. you know uh, what money is ultimately, it comes down to a barter system, isn't it? You do something for me and I do something for you. So and it's not very calculative. Spiritually awakened people are not very calculative. If you are in tune with nature gives generously. It's generous when it gives, it does not calculate that much. And it really needs a high level of, you have to come out of that calculation so that you can come into the bar you can really come back into the barter system. Because really, the new earth, you will be exchanging skills, with each other. For example, right now in my real life as well, as I'm out of, I was doing a job and I felt an intuition to come out of it, out of my job. I was a school teacher. Schools are going to collapse. Schools are going to collapse because actually many propagandas were, uh, yeah, many propagandas were going on using, schools, because of course it's easy to program children, you know And yeah, it's so schools are going to collapse, of course, and money has to, and and you know like it's okay. So also, one more thing, I would like to uh, talk about is that yes, in the new earth, people who are not, if you are more open minded, spiritually awakened, you are in tune with the nature, and your talents, your skills, you will be, able to celebrate into the new earth. If your whole identity is like the work that you do, and the work that you do on the screens, sitting there, and you don't know anything else. I mean, it could also be helpful in New Earth. It's not like that. But you're not going to be working for, that company, okay? Because, yeah, many companies are going to, you know, I said it in the last video. In Corvo ka ant to nishchit hai hi, so these people, I mean, yeah, people who are unethical. I'll give an example of Valencia, I guess, if I'm pronouncing it right. This brand actually, had an advertisement where they were showing kids in a little, they had an advertisement where they were showing kids in a little sexual light. Like, yeah, they had a photo shoot or something where they were showing kids in a very, in a sexual light. So these unethical businesses are going to collapse for sure. These big brands, and if you are investing your money into anything like this, come out, okay? You, yeah, come out. come out. देखो ये वीडियोस भी ना, देखो भगवान भगवान श्री कृष्ण ने भी भगवत गीता का जो ज्ञान था वो सबको नहीं दिया था, ठीक है? सबको नहीं दिया था, सिर्फ अर्जुन को बोला था कि तू गांडीव उठा, इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट राइट नाउ। तो मुझे पता है ये वीडियोस भी वो कुछ ही अर्जुन लोग हैं, जिनके पास जाएगी, जो शायद वो पॉसिबिलिटी रखते हैं, दे आर जस्ट, दे देयर आईज आर क्लोज्ड, यू नो they do not know, their enemies. They do not, they are maybe carried over by greed, or maybe, uh, carried over, they are subconscious. They do not realize who their enemies are. They do not really realize, because of course it's they're unconscious and everything. So yeah, I mean, yeah, money is not going to be the same as it was the um in the previous time. The new earth is going to be as old as the ancient times we live in, okay? It's a circle, it's a completion, you get that? We are moving towards completion, we are moving towards a cycle. Do you understand? We used to have barter system before, and that's how, you need a very high level of consciousness, you need a very open mind, and you, yeah, and you have a trust in your ability to manifest everything. You need all these, you know you need a little bit spiritual awakening, to carry through in the new earth, and you will. Okay, you will. It's the whole point of this video is not to scare you. The point is that many things will collapse, but you don't have to cry about it. Do you get that? Whatever is happening for good. That is the whole point of this video that I'm trying to make here. Like, it's good, okay? These things will collapse. It is happening for our good. It's just that it might take a little time for us to open our eyes, okay, and understand that, how to survive in the new earth, and a high level, you will need a high level consciousness to survive in the new earth. It's not survive for at all, please. I am using the wrong word. I'm using the wrong word. It's survival was in, the earth that we are living. So the new earth, it's about thriving. Let me tell you something about ancient India as well. How, okay, so I was seeing this interview of our Indian chef, and I'm forgetting his name. He's very sweet. Vikas Khanna, I guess. if I'm not wrong. And an interviewer in US interviewer journalist was asking him, that where did you get this idea of doing giving free food, giving food for free, in the corona time. So no, maybe you got an inspiration from India. India is very poor. The West always try to do this. They try to show India in poor light most of the time. So he said that no, I didn't get the inspiration of of all of this from India, because in India nobody dies in hunger, because here people have big hearts. They go into langars, and there are a lot of gurdwaras in every streets, and in every locality, and people come and distribute food. So you won't find that in India. In India people have big hearts. So I actually got the inspiration of I actually got the inspiration of you know uh, poverty from, I saw there is an issue of poverty in US as well. There are crimes in USA as well. So but they don't show it, because it's West. Okay, it's India mostly defamed. So yes. So in the new earth, your yeah, it's if you have to wake up, you have to wake up, you have to come back to your senses. You are sleeping, and the Kauravas, the Rakshas, the Asuras were taking advantage of your sleeping. It's time to come out of it. We have been trading comfort, you know we have been yeah it's and what is the comfort? The stress from Monday to Saturday, we have traded that for some money. That's not even comfort. That stress that you take from Monday to Saturday, it's just too much. So the new India will have, uh, somewhere, you will find that, oh, it's you have to open up your mind. Okay, you really have to open up your mind. I was actually seeing this guy, on YouTube, and he was talking about how he was, he did not have that much money, and he was trading his marketing skills with, hotels, and he was getting free food. He was marketing for those hotels, for those properties where he stayed in, and had free food, and he would trade that free food and free stay by marketing for them on social media. So this is the new earth, this is the new India. Okay, new Bharat. This is going to be the new Bharat. Also, you know um, when the money is not going to be the same, as we think it will be. So have some preserves of gold and silver. It's always good, because ultimately, you know everything, it's if there is no nothing, ultimately we know that everything boils down to having gold and silver. Gold and silver will always represent money. And sorry to say, but maybe Gen Y, I mean, I am a Gen Y and Gen Z do have no idea about what gold can do, what gold is, and yeah, because we are not being taught about that. We have been programmed with other things in our school. We've not been taught about what gold can do for us. So yeah, having you have to really open your mind around money. That's how we thrive in new earth. And it's going to be, it's a good period, it's a good period. Okay, it's going to be a good period. Yeah, and we are moving towards that shift. We are moving into new earth. The money is going to change, health is going to change, beauty is going to change. It's just that you need to understand that whatever collapse is happening, it's happening for our good, and you don't have to identify with it. That you lost something, you didn't. You would never, you are always whole within yourself. So you really need a little bit of spirituality in your life. Definitely, you need to raise your consciousness level. Just work on that. Just work on that. And you will just, go through it. I am not trying to scare anyone or anything like that. But it's just so important that you really open your eyes and see who you are really working for. Because if you're working in, something in a company or you're working for a company, you know, you might be getting a lot of stress or whatever. You might be making your day and night meet to work for that company, and but but if you see its collapse, because it was unethical, then of course it's going to be a shock for you. But and maybe you want to cry about it, but you shouldn't. Okay, you shouldn't, because it's happening for good. Bad things are melting down. Money is going to change in the new earth. you know Health and beauty is going to change in the new earth. Oh my god, farming, oh god. I don't know why I do I feel, but urban cities are literally doomed. Sometimes I really feel. Sometimes I really, the land that they had for little bit trees in front of their houses is also traded for, having is also traded for, uh, making sure that cars, come in. Their cars can have a space in front of their house. Before, we used to have trees in front of our houses, and now, that space has been cemented, and now we have. um little bit land that we had is now, taken in by cemented, surfaces on where, you can park your car. So, and trust me, people buy 2 3 extra cars, just to show off that cities are doomed. I'm sorry. People literally buy 2 3 extra cars just to show off that we have cars, even if they don't use it, even if that does not have an engine inside. I'm telling you, cities are doomed. Urban area is good. Having land, you know, having an agriculture, fertile soil is real abundance, is real Lakshmi. You having your own skills is Lakshmi. You know, Systems are going to collapse. You have to figure out, and you will figure out. Trust me, you will figure out. I'm not trying to scare you at all, but I don't want you to be scared, because um, um, मैंने कहीं पढ़ा था, मैंने कहीं एक शो था आई गेस, उसमें उनमें ये डायलॉग है, शिव जी कम्स एंड सेज, या तो तुम्हें भय वास कर सकता है या फिर मैं. सो यू कैन ईदर हैव फियर इन यू, और यू कैन ईदर हैव गॉड. सो ट्रस्ट इन God, and have faith in God, and I'm sure we will all go through this, and it will work through. To all the Arjunas out there who are little asleep, and you know who are not aware that the defeat of Kauravas are written. So just for those little Arjuns out there, maybe I'm doing this video. And yeah, I don't know what better day to talk about Mahalakshmi, talk about Lakshmi, talk about money, than on this Mahalakshmi Vrat day. So yeah, I just wanted to come out here and talk about it. So I'm sorry you could not see my face. You can just see this green damn light only. But yeah, I had to record it, and yeah, I find recording under the sky much more relaxing a process. And I feel I'm more connected, you know. I somehow feel I'm more connected when I talk under the sky, when I talk under the moon, when I talk under the stars. So yeah, we are moving into the new earth. So yeah, thank you for watching. We are moving into health, abundance, and we are moving into beauty as well. So yeah, it's actually time to be happy, and that's only what I want to talk about here. Thank you for watching.